Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I have with me here Shima Shad Rouh, who is a holistic therapist and transformational coach with years of experience in helping individuals achieve optimal health. And as the founder and CEO of Infinite Love Coaching and Holistic Health, Shima's journey with the Akashic Records and multidimensional healing energies has transformed her practice. And her unique gift lies in making complex concepts understandable and practical. Shima's deep research in quantum physics, spirituality, and mystery teachings, combined with her years of experience, has equipped her to train and guide others effectively. And of course, I am Petra Brunnbauer, an award winning well-being coach, podcast host of the jōrni podcast, and the creator of the jōrni Wellbeing platform. And we're here today to learn about a new concept that Shima has developed that I'm also very curious to hear more about. And we will definitely dive into that. But first, Shima, give us a little bit of an insight of how you came to do all of this. Where did your journey start, and how did you decide to come into holistic healing and develop work on what you're doing right now?
Thank you so much, dear Petra, and thank you everybody who is today with us and listening to us. My journey to holistic health is a very long journey, but if I want to bring it to a couple of words, is that I lost my mother in cancer. And the story was very painful. But what was more painful than that was that despite my success of helping so many people with so-called cancer and with cancer and so-called incurable disease, I have been unable to help my own mother because my family didn't believe in holistic methodologies and modalities. So I decided to bring this message to as many as possible and deepen my own understanding about health, how our body functions, what are the root cause of the disease, and how can we attend them, and how can I bring this to a wider audience and see that no more we need to suffer from this so-called incurable disease, and everybody can heal their bodies and they learn these methodologies.
That sounds like a really powerful experience that you had, and certainly the tipping point of where you decided to work with us more closely. So, explain to us a little bit what it is that you are working on at the moment and give us a few insights into what this new project is.
Okay, so I realized that understanding root cause of the disease is very important in order to attend the disease. And in conventional treatments, what we do is only symptom therapy. So what we do is making the symptom disappear somehow. We spend a lot of money and time in researching how could we get rid of a symptom. And for instance, a tumor is a symptom that the body is communicating with us. Something is out of balance, or there is some energy imbalances in the body. And what we do in the holistic treatments is that we look at the body as a whole. We have physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual bodies. And in order to attain to health, we need to discover the root cause of the disease that is stored in one of these bodies and one of these parts. So when I realized on my journey of healing people with cancer, for instance, that the root cause of cancer specifically is holding on to resentment. And we needed to understand that to forgive the person first as an underlying way actually to heal our body. We need to forgive and let go of the resentment that we are holding inside our body as making us sick. But as I went deeper into understanding the emotional cause behind the disease, I realized there are a lot more to this than what we only see in this life. It's not only the emotions that we experience during this life. as the healing. Every healing is the healing of the soul, according to Kabbalah's teaching. We need to understand the soul journey, which is a big part of us. And if we don't understand the soul journey and we leave that apart, we never can attain completely to health and achieve complete healing. So when I have been initiated to Akashic Record some years ago, my therapeutic modalities went on a quantum shift. Akashic Records are the directory of information of everything that exists. Is the wisdom of life that is called in different cultures and different spiritual books with different names. Akashic is the Sanskrit name that means ether, means everything that exists. And in quantum physics, we know that everything is energy and energy never disappears. We know that every word, every thought, every act, everything that we is surrounding us, it's energy. I knew because of my years of study in quantum physics that this energetic information of my life is there, like the radio waves. I don't see them, but if I have this radio apparatus, I can listen to those frequencies and understand them. My question was always, how could I access this general directory information of my soul, which in Akashic is explained is like the cloud of the computer, that all the information are there in the cloud, and you need a password to access your cloud. So all this information in the Akashic realm is also there, and all what you need to do is to have a vibrational key and match the frequency of those information in order to be able to download those information. As I have been initiated to Akashic Records and realized how our bodies function and how we function and what is the soul journey of myself and every single person that I work with, I have been witnessing spontaneous healing and miraculous healings in every single session that I had with the patients. So I have decided to bring this methodology and this modality that throughout years of working with different patients, I have been working with it to bring it to a wider audience. And now we are teaching this and training therapists to this modality called Shimana Quantum Code. So that is basically the program that we are working, and you will hear more about, and today we talk and discuss about this multidimensional healing skill that everyone can learn in order to scan the body through your third eye and understand what is going on in the body, in the physical body, access the information of the soul, the journey that the soul had, and whatever trapped emotions and blocked emotions and limiting beliefs that our soul carries, to release all of that in order to attain to health and achieve complete healing.
That sounds wonderful. And the Shimana Quantum Code, what a beautiful name for this project, this new modality that you have developed. And you've worked with your clients with this modality already, and a lot of this is born out of your experience with yourself, your family, your clients. So do you want to give us a few examples maybe of how you are applying the Shimana Quantum Code when you're working with your clients, or some examples that really stand out to you as being memorable when you were working with the Shimana Quantum Code?
Sure. So first I explain what is Shimana Quantum Code. Shimana is the energy of my higher self that is active in another dimension, which is the 11th dimension. And I'm channeling this information from that version of me, which is a healing light, white healing light coming down and can transmute disease and can transform disease in a rapid way. Working with Shimana helped me to learn how to work with also advanced healing modalities that are not yet existing on this planet. We have etheric chambers of healing that you will learn about them when you are initiated to Akashic Records, and you can access those chambers of healing that are etheric. You don't see them with the physical eye, but you can access them through your third eye and through your intuition, your heart. In this etheric chamber of healings, we have in each one, they use with different modalities and different ways of healing. In the 11th dimension, the dimension of Shimana and the specific chamber of healing that I work with, we have very advanced technology like holograms that we can scan the entire body and see what is going on in the body, what are the imbalances. And often the client is surprised, but what we see in the session is exactly matching to their MRI result. So one of my clients, she had an accident and she broke 2 rib cage. And she sent me a message that she is in terrible pain because she broke 2 rib cage. And the moment I connect to her body in order to apply some quantum healing, which is a methodology that we have developed with a colleague of mine called quantum acupuncture. Basically, we do the same acupuncture, but in the quantum field. And I wrote about it in my book. If you would like to learn more about it, you can read about it in Infinite Love. But when I connect to her body, I saw immediately these 2 bones that are on top of each other. So the first bone, the issue that was on the first bone was that there was a nerve touching the bone due to this accident. The bone was broken and it had a light crack on it. And the nerve was touching it and create a lot of inflammation around that bone. So when I saw that, I could release this detachment between the nerve and the bone because you do everything in the quantum field. It's amazing how this is done. And I saw the second bone, there is a piece missing, which was like a triangular piece of the bone was missing. So I told her, listen, this is what I have seen. I had her on the phone. The first one is there is a nerve touching it, and the second one, she says this is exactly what they told her at hospital. And I didn't know anything of that. So now when we released the connection between this nerve that was touching the cracked bone, her pain was gone, the inflammation was gone, and she was like magic. I'm under very powerful painkillers, and I'm still having a pain 9 out of 10. And it's not helping me. And you did something in 2 minutes, which is the quantum acupuncture. In 2 minutes, my pain is gone. How is that possible? And after a week, she come back again with pain, and again in some movements in the night she had pain. So I checked, and it was because of that missing part of the bone. So I again looked into her body, and I could see where is this missing part in the bone that is moving in the body, resolving that, and let that all goes to the natural part of the lymphatic system and be released from the body. And she was completely pain-free. Now, all this may sound completely out of this world for you because you don't know how these things are going to happen. And don't be surprised. It was the same for me when I would see these things and I would say to myself, is that really working? Is that really working? But then I would get the confirmation from the patient how fast it worked. Then I realized that these things are really working, and this is like as it is exactly as it's been shown. Sometimes at the beginning, when you start to work with multidimensional healing, you doubt yourself a lot. You ask, is this what I see, or this come from my imagination? This is my mind just building up something, or this is real? But when you see that the patients are getting the result, and you see that they have scans, they have analysis bringing from the medical system to you and show the changes, then you believe in the power of this therapy. We are all used to look at the world, externalize the world through our eyes. and we believe what exists and what we can see in our eyes. But according to quantum physics, the eyes, whatever the eyes is seeing, is not the reality. The eye is only projecting the memories and the information that are in your mind is projecting out there. So the reality out there is actually is not out there. And you need to come to this understanding that this is only a dream, and you connect to your higher self, to your real version. From there, you can create a lot of changes in this so-called reality.
That is fascinating. And I'm very curious. So, is the fact that we're connecting to our higher selves in this methodology how we can achieve such rapid changes? Because we are very often told that things take a lot of time and we need to take medication maybe and give it a lot of time. But in this methodology, you're describing that these changes can actually happen very rapidly and very quickly. So, what makes that possible in this particular methodology?
I would say is like quantum entanglement. You have this experiment that Einstein called it the spooky reaction of the photon that we have. The scientists, they divide a photon and put one piece of a photon completely to miles distance with the other one. And whatever they were doing with this photon, the other one would react, the other particle, sorry, was reacting exactly the same as this particle. And the reaction was so fast that was going even faster than the speed of light. So they realized when you put the power of your intention there and you are backing it up with faith to this unconditional love, then that energy travels faster than the speed of light. And this is scientific study. The same is in the healing in the quantum field. First of all, we devote ourselves to that patient with unconditional love. We set the intention to heal that person independent on whatever is the result. We are there with unconditional love. There is no judgment, there is no mind game, there is nothing in it. There is no ego playing a role in it. In that moment, when we set that intention with unconditional love, then we connect to the healing lights that are coming. Now, for instance, in this case, in the Shimana, we work a lot with the 11 dimension, but every therapist will also develop their own unique methodology and their own unique skill when they are trained and when they learn how to work with multidimensional healing energies. So when you come to this journey, when you learn how to work with the healing energy, then you will be given a lot of different modalities that is not exactly the same as you have learned with us, but it's your unique light that you bring to this planet and to the people. So what is making the therapy that effective and that fast is first your intention and connection to unconditional love, separation from mind and from the ego. And the second, accessing the soul journey, creating the frequency that is the frequency of healing. As you are creating this frequency of healing, the other person, the other body will match that frequency and it will heal much faster. Now it's completely up to the other person to receive that vibration or not. We are absolutely independent from the result. But from my experience, I can say everybody who came to me, they were ready to match that frequency of unconditional love and to heal their bodies because they had a long journey to be with conventional treatment and not getting results. And the moment they come there, they were completely ready. And that's why the healing went so fast.
That's really interesting. And I mean, this is, of course, one of the things that we run into a lot is that we spend a lot of time looking for a diagnosis or something like that, and it doesn't come sometimes over years. And so we do look for things outside of that that could help. So the Shimana Quantum Code is one of those things. And you talked a bit about holograms and the third eye and the 11th dimension. So, do you want to give us a bit of an inside look at what the Shimana Quantum Code actually looks like, maybe from your perspective as a practitioner, but also what the client is experiencing at that time? I would be really curious of what that looks like.
Right. It's a very good question, Petra, because sometimes you, as a practitioner, think, okay, I'm connecting to the source. I see all what I see, and I'm channeling and I'm telling simultaneously. I close my eyes, and everything they show me, I'm telling to the patient. But majority of the time, I could say over 90% of the time, the patient is seeing the same thing. And it's fascinating. The longer they are in the therapy with us, the more they see. Because the longer they are with us, the vibration goes higher and higher, and they can easily match the frequency. At the beginning, maybe the first couple of sessions, they have difficulty to see, but they feel and trust. What they all have in common is that from the very first session, the heart chakra is completely open, and they could feel complete faith and trust in their heart. So when I sit in front of the patient and ask them what is the problem they want to work on, and I use my diverse background of working with different modalities in holistic health, such as theta healing, aromatherapy, crystal therapy, body code, emotion code, belief code, combined with coaching, Chinese medicine, quantum acupuncture, into the Akashic healing, into the multidimensional therapy to get a whole picture of what they need. And then I connect with the Shimana, with the 11-dimensional energies, and I start to channel this energy to the body. As I'm channeling the energy into the body of the patient, I see images that many times, and most of the times, the patient starts seeing those images too. In every session, we have a lot of help. We are not here alone. So we have our guardian angels, we have our ancestors, our loved ones, our ascended masters that are helping us in the healing journey. And so often the patient would see them. Sometimes they say, oh, this is the energy of my father or my mother. I needed to heal something with them. And the healing happens spontaneously. And sometimes that's a real block why their body can't heal, because there was some kind of a resentment or something going on with their parents or with their ancestor that they needed to heal. Sometimes there are some karmic agreements. All of this we can see. Like, for instance, they did some karmic agreement to come here and to play different role for each other. And because of that karmic agreement, now their life is much limited and a lot of things is going wrong. The moment we release the karmic pact, the healing happens. Also, when I'm into the Shimana, there is a big hologram opening. And on this hologram, they show me everything that is wrong in the body, the different levels of, for instance, minerals in the body shows up if it's needed. There are glands. There is a trapped emotion somewhere in the body. You will see that. All the information that need to be communicated with us will be communicated, and we see them. And with practice, we learn how to work with this hologram. So it's a very advanced healing, because what we need to do, we just introduce some codes and we work on is like everything is finger touch, and the rest of the work is done by them, by their own angels and masters, and their own loved ones are integrated and involving and working together for the healing. That's why it's something that is very complete and compact. And sometimes we need to change the chamber of healing. For instance, we have different chamber of healing for cleaning the karmic agreements, which is filled with violet flame, violet light. And there is where we are healing the karmic agreements. Sometimes we need to do a surgery. And this is a quantum surgery that sometimes we need to move the patient to another dimension, another level for the surgery. Depends on the surgery. It's something like, if you want to call it, it's something like disappearing. We can see that the person is disappearing here and appearing somewhere else, that in a molecular level. So it's fascinating to learn and see all these things, how it's happening. And then they appear in the other dimension, and then the healing and the surgery is happening. So there is a surgery team. They would do the surgery and remove, especially when it comes to implant cleaning. There are a lot of implants that we are bringing with us because of our genetic manipulation or something that happened to us at the beginning of the history of the humanity as the genetic design of today. So all this is fixable in the quantum field, and people really feel. They feel often sore in the part that the surgery happened, and they need to rest 2 or 3 days if there was a surgery. After that, they always feel that they need to be in bed for a couple of days. And after that, they are a complete new being, like a new person with a lot of energy, with a lot of power, that they come here. They know what they are here to do. And you also get the answer to your deepest spiritual questions. It's all of a sudden a new gate, a new portal of understanding opening in front of us. And in the multidimensional therapist training program, the first day we initiate everybody to Akashic Records, so you can access directly to your own record and channel all this information yourself, and also activate your third eye and activate your multidimensional healing abilities. And if you're here, if you have a calling to come to become a multidimensional therapist, is because you already have been working with this, because you already know a lot about it, or because there is something inside you telling you this is your journey, this is what you need to go, because in the other lives you had the experience and you already been a healer, been a therapist, and a lot of things already come with you. And all my intention is for your light to vibrate higher and higher and higher, and to amplify the light that is already inside you. So I'm not trying to put anyone in any concept and a structure. You know, I'm completely against anything that has a structure, like a very close structure, because the structure doesn't work, it's changing. The entire life is changing. Even our Akashic Records is a live material that is changing. As our consciousness expands, this is expanding. So what we do is mainly to work with you to be able to amplify your own light, what you are here to do, and bring that light to your healing.
That sounds wonderful and very supportive of each practitioner, each therapist, and their own approaches, maybe their own niches that they're working in their practices. So, and thank you for explaining a little bit about the Shimana Quantum Code. That was very insightful. And you have a training coming up for the Shimana Quantum Code. Do you want to let our listeners know and our viewers know when that is, what it is, and where they can go for that?
Sure, it's going to be in Marbella, and this time we are going to teach it in a different way, in an intensive course for 5 days. We are meeting in beautiful Marbella, and we are going to go through accessing the Akashic Records the first day, and then the second day we are accessing to the Shimana and learn how to work with etheric chamber of healing. We learn a lot about working with sacred geometries, rays of light, archangels, and a lot more. And we are also practicing every single day. So we combine theory, energy work, and practice in every single day of this 5 days intensive course. And then the last day, you are invited to bring a patient with you, and we are practicing on real patients. After the program is finished, we will have a 4 hours online follow-up session. You will learn also about quantum acupuncture and how to apply that. And after that, you will have also Akashic Initiation Level 2 in October, which is all included inside the program. And in the level 2, you learn how to access the records of everything that exists. And that is how can you can access the record of others and see if they have some karma going on or some karmic agreements that between the couple or in the relationships that they have with others. And you learn how to kill in that and a lot more. You can also in level 2 learn how to access the records of every event, every geographical place, every historical fact, and it's an infinite realm of possibilities. You no longer need to read manipulated data that they show you at school. You can access directly the information and what is exactly there, and you channel this information with your heart, not with your mind. So all this is inside the package of training level 1 of Shimana Quantum Code. And for those who want to continue their training, then we have a level 2 also coming after a couple of months. And this is a certified multidimensional therapist training program that you will receive a certification upon termination of that and the practice, of course, from Infinite Love Coaching Academy and Holistic Health.
Amazing. And you will link below this video or in the captions where people can sign up for this training, where they can find the information for that. And thanks to everyone who tuned in today and who spent this past half hour with us learning about the Shimana Quantum Code and the fascinating world of multidimensional therapy and multidimensional healing. And I just want to thank you again for being here with me today and bringing this information out into the world. It sounds like a revolutionary new approach to healing. And I can't wait to find out more about that and learn more about your training that you're putting out. So thank you, Shima, for being here today and sharing about the Shimana Quantum Code with us.
My absolute pleasure. And I would like also to add that my goal is to train as many therapists as possible. So for everyone to be able to have access to this information and to bring their inner light out, to activate their true inner healer and make the healing possible and easy for every single person. And ultimately, I want also to get from the people who are becoming trained, who are trained by us, to make a selection of the therapists to join our team and help us in a future programs that we have. And we go to different places or underdeveloped places or undeveloped places, and we bring healing to the life of those less fortunate, and we can help them as well. So I would be doing less therapy, more training, and I will pass the patients to the therapists who have been trained by me. So this is also something I want you to consider and know. When you become a therapist, you don't need to start from scratch searching for clients. When you join our team, then you will start working with patients.
That sounds like a wonderful supportive approach to the certification. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for putting on this training upcoming, which will be very, very interesting as well. And you are proliferating this information into the world to help support healing globally and people's health and well-being. So if this interests you, be sure to check out the links on how you can learn more about the Shimana Quantum Code, how you can join the training. And thanks for being here with us today. And be well, everyone. Take care, Shima. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, everybody. Bye.